Hello, my name is Maxie Novahom. I'm a graduating accounting major from Cal Poly Pomona, and I'll be presenting my capstone on the emergence of robotic process automation and auditing. Before I begin, I would just like to quickly thank Dr. Farag for being my mentor throughout my research. In an effort to stay up to date in this new age of digital transformation, the accounting industry has sought out new technologies that are geared towards improving the efficiency and effectiveness of its services. One developing technology that has accrued much attention in different sectors of public accounting is robotic process automation, or RPA. RPA in short is made up of software robots that perform routine business processes by mimicking how humans interact with applications through the software presentation layer and by following simple rules to make decisions, which sets the system apart from other automated business processes that require more in-depth IT redesign. There are three fundamental criteria that must be met for the process or task to be selected for automation. It must be well-defined, highly repetitive, and mature. Well-defined processes are structured and unambiguous, which makes them more autonomous. Tasks are high in volume, can maximize the benefits of automation, and mature tasks should be targeted because they are less likely to meet exceptions and therefore less risky to automate. So far, the Big Four report that all areas within the firms are adopting RPA, with the software robots being more established in tax and advisory services. But it really comes to no surprise that the application of RPA to auditing is emerging as an area of interest. RPA can be used to automate the repetitive and low-judgment audit tasks that often take an auditor's valuable time from focusing on the tasks that require more professional judgment. In order to ensure a smooth transition, public accounting firms need to develop a plan of action. Professor Fei-Ki Huang developed a four-stage framework applying RPA in auditing and then demonstrating its feasibility by applying the framework to a pilot project. The four-stage framework begins with procedure selection, which urges accounting firms to identify appropriate candidates based on the three fundamental RPA criteria: the compatibility of the data with the RPA software, and the complexity of the procedure itself. Stage 2 is procedure modification, which lays out a three-step process to help auditors modify the current audit program to match the RPA software, extend the scale of RPA-based audits, and check and confirm data standardization. Stage 3 is implementation. The framework recommends building a program in-house rather than purchasing licenses from RPA providers. And the last stage is evaluation and operation, which consists of confirming the effectiveness of the RPA program by comparing its performance to the performance of the audit team and the effect of RPA-based procedures on both the detection and audit risk. This framework was implemented as a pilot RPA program within CPA firm to automate one of their audit tasks, their confirmation process. The results show the effectiveness of the software as the information collected from the RPA program matched that from the manual process. The results also demonstrated that the RPA-based procedure would not increase or add any detection or audit risk comparatively to the manual process. And finally, the pilot RPA resulted in saved costs and reduced the working hours spent by the auditors, overall demonstrating the feasibility of RPA within the audit industry. Firms who are currently utilizing RPA have experienced numerous benefits, with saved costs and increased operational efficiency being the most recognized. However, CPA firms and their employees still have some concerns, like what are the effects of RPA on audit risk? However, previous pilot RPA programs have demonstrated that RPA-based procedures would not add any detection or increase audit risk comparatively to the way current audit procedures are performed. Another concern is, how does RPA affect current and future employment for accountants? Reviews of case studies of firms that have already deployed RPA suggest that the goal for almost all these firms is to increase efficiency and effectiveness of their workforce rather than eliminating it. Big Four RPA leaders believe the current RPA is a stepping stone to future RPA that will become smarter and capable of executing procedures not limited by rule-based instructions. Areas that should be further researched include how to address the challenges of RPA implementation, the criteria to evaluate RPA performance, the threat of cybersecurity failures, and the allocation of RPA costs, just to name a few. The purpose of this research study was to help accounting professionals and other related parties understand RPA in order to facilitate its adoption and application in the audit industry, continuing the discussion of the adoption of this technology in the audit practice and what that entails, and investigating the actual application of RPA in audit pilot projects will hopefully build all related parties' confidence in the full adoption of this technological innovation within the assurance sector of public accounting. Thank you.